It appeals to children, it appeals to teens, it appeals to adults, it even appeals to seniors, and there's no reason why someone should go away from this film having anything negative to say about it. I know there are going to be negative critics that are going to jump all over this film and say, you know, this film was a waste of time. If I would have had my time back, I would have never ever seen this film or considered ever giving it the time of day. But if you do that, you're a piece of shit. This film definitely is one of the most appealing computer animated adaptations of all these legendary tales that I have seen in years. And when the Blu-ray and DVD is released 3 months from now, it's going to be packed with exclusive features, a lot of behind-the-scenes footage. It's just got success written all over it. And basically, it's a film where Dracula creates this hotel to give monsters the chance to escape from humanity. They all come together under one roof, and then they all have their different forms of controversy going along with them upon checking in. And it's just awesome. You know, the trailers are really funny. If you ever have the chance, check it out on YouTube. You will not regret it. We've tweeted several of them on our Twitter account, and I think that everyone is going to have something positive to say about this film. And going along with all of that, I think each character is going to relate to you in some particular way. Don't ask me why I think that. But I think that everyone is going to be able to find a certain character in this film that is going to appeal to them and relate to them in some particular way. You know, I'm sure that with Halloween coming up, you're probably all going to want to go see this film for that reason alone. And if that is the reason you go and see it, then at least it's a reason. On a 5-star scale perspective, I'm going to rate this film at least 4 out of 5 stars. I haven't seen it yet. But based on the trailers, the way that they're putting this film across, the way that you know, it's been perceived, I'm going to say this film at least 4 out of 5 stars because it's definitely one of the most eye-catching computer animated films I've seen in a while. I saw Paranorman a couple of weeks ago, and this film certainly seems similar to Paranorman. Basically, it's about a guy who can see ghosts. Basically, this witch brings back the dead, and then he has this ability to save the entire world from an infestation of zombies. And Hotel Transylvania seems similar in the way of its animation aspects. The trailers seem a lot similar, but there's a different plot that goes along with Hotel Transylvania, and I think there are very different characters too. So that will kind of pull you in. But Paranormal was fun, so that's why I'm kind of leaning towards this film to be fun. It's going to be one of the most fun films since at least the mid-90s when computer animation was first introduced. And I think that, like I said, you know, every member of the family are going to be familiar with the characters. It's not like you're seeing the characters for the first time ever. We've heard hundreds of different tales and folk stories about all these characters time and time again. As I said here earlier, Dracula goes back as far as the 1400s, and then you have Frankenstein and the Wolfman, who had tales being told about them for at least the last 50 or 60 years or longer. So it's not like you're being introduced to these characters for the first time ever. You're all familiar with these characters. You don't need, you know, pages and pages and pages of written material on these characters to become familiarized with them. It's not, you know, a movie like Twilight where you need to read the books to become familiarized with the characters before seeing the film. You've all heard tales of the Wolfman. You've all heard of tales of Frankenstein. You've all heard tales of Dracula. And if you haven't, I have this to say to you over the microphone. I don't know who the fuck you are or where the fuck you've been over the last 50 years, because everybody's heard a different tale of Dracula, and everybody's heard the tale of Wolfman and Frankenstein. So it's not like you need an extensive history lesson on who these characters are. The versions of these characters are characters that you've never seen before, which is really going to pull you in, which is a huge variable. And the personalities that these characters have in the film are going to be personalities that you will fall in love with guaranteedly. If you don't, then there's something wrong. You know, not everybody loves a computer animated film. But that's the point in time we have reached in entertainment, where we're coming into an era now where it's not about, you know, black and white films anymore. It's not about, films like Titanic anymore. Films like, computer animated ones like Paranorman and this one here are really taking over the box office, and we are seeing perhaps more computer animated films released in 2012 and even years prior to 2012, like 2011 and 2010, than we've seen released over the last decade. So I think that, computer animation is something that is really taking over and really achieving such a phenomenal reputation for itself. And I have seen hundreds of successful computer animated films. Whatever you do about Hotel Transylvania, do not let the fact that it's a computer animated film turn you off. Don't look at Hotel Transylvania and say, oh, fuck this, I'm not going to see this film because it's a computer animated film. I hate computer animated cartoon themed films that are released for specific seasons of the year, like this one is relating to Halloween and has that real Halloween evident theme about it. Don't just, say that about it. Don't criticize it. As the old saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover, because that is the most wrong thing that you could do about a film like Hotel Transylvania, especially if you have a child in the age demographic of between 5 to 7 years of age. If you really want to, find a way to challenge your child's imagination, to get them thinking and to take them places they have never been before in their imagination in their life, Hotel Transylvania and even Paranormal, which was released several weeks back, will do that for your child. If you're looking for a way to bring the creative side of your child out and have them going away with a positive influence and something positive to say about Hotel Transylvania to their friends and people in their lives, if you're looking for a way for your child to relate, Hotel Transylvania has what it takes and what you're looking for. And you don't believe it now. You won't believe it until you get out of the theater and you've seen the film in its entirety from beginning to end. But believe me when I tell you, this film will challenge your child's imagination. It'll bring out their creative side, and it will take them to places that they've never been before. I know that films in the past have accomplished that same goal, like the Chronicles of Narnia 1 through 3 accomplished that goal. The Lord of the Rings 1 through 3 accomplished that goal. Perhaps as effectively or even more effectively as the books that were previously released prior to the film did. Harry Potter definitely did it, and the Pirates of the Caribbean. There have been those films that have challenged your child's imagination and even your imagination. But you really got to give this film the benefit of the doubt, like I'm doing here, and give it a chance, because I really do think that this film is going to accomplish goals that other films have not accomplished for both yourself and your child. And that's why I'm rating the film at least 4 to 5 stars without even seeing the film, just reading the plots on Internet Movie Database at imdb.com. It looks absolutely astonishing. It's only going to run for about an hour and 20 minutes. I think that was the length of Paranorman when I saw it several weeks ago. It's not going to be a film that's going to run for about 2 hours, so it's not going to take up much of your time. It's a way to kill a Saturday afternoon. And I think that it's going to be something that your child is going to thank you for, and you're going to thank yourself for, really. Because if you're looking for a way to make this year's Halloween that much more special, not only this film, but we have more Halloween-themed films released for Halloween this year than we have seen released in years prior to 2012. We have everything from Hotel Transylvania to House at the End of the Street, which is more of an adult-oriented film. And we have this new one from Nickelodeon Films starring Victoria Justice Fun Size, which is receiving a significant amount of publicity from both the actors and actresses in the film and the film company. This is the year to make the most out of your Halloween experience. Honest to Jesus, we had so many fun Halloween-type films being released, more so than we have seen over the last 2 or 3 years here in 2012. This is the year to make the most out of your Halloween experience. Just don't go trick-or-treating and say, this is it. This is all I'm going to do for Halloween. Make the most out of it and, take advantage of what people are doing to celebrate Halloween, either in the way of, making the most out of it the way that you want to, or taking your child to a theatrical film. This is what you want to do, honestly. I've seen a lot of computer animated films, and take my word for it. I'm 27 years of age. And I still love seeing computer animated films since 1995. When the first computer animated film was released, I was 9 years old. And I'm 27 now. And I still love computer computer animated films as much as I did back when I was 9, back in 95. I was 8 turning 9, and I saw Toy Story, and it blew my mind. And now here in 2012, I'm still watching computer animated films, and I'm just as astonished as I was 15 years ago when computer animation was first introduced, and you looked at it and said to yourself, fuck this isn't going anywhere. But computer animation has come a long way, and we're seeing, as I said here earlier, more computer animated films released in 2012 than we have seen released over the last number of years. Computer animation is definitely the way to go. We've seen hundreds of them released, from Bug's Life to Rango to Paranorman here of more recency, and now this one. And next month we're going to see another computer animated film, and the month after it's going to be something that's going to continue to be released over the next number of years until the next fad comes in. And by the way, films are shaping up now. It seems like IMAX is slowly but surely solidifying itself as the next dominant thing to hit cinemas. I know that a lot of IMAX theaters are being constructed. I know one is just recently finished being constructed here in my area, and we're seeing that solidify itself slowly, and Blu-ray seems to be dominating. But I think that computer animation, for how long it's been around, definitely deserves the respect of moviegoers worldwide, and definitely deserves more respect than it's been getting. It's phenomenal, honestly. I mean, computer animation is something to see if you've never seen it before. But then again, who hasn't seen a computer animated film?